back to my channel. Today I am doing an apartment in San Myshuno. I am actually working on a bowling apartment. I think that this turned out super cute and I absolutely love it. Now, it's a lot different than what I usually do, kind of for me, because it is a lot brighter. There's lots of yellow, light blue. I was kind of just going off of the furniture that comes with the bowling game pack. I believe it's a game pack. And I decided to do this because I really wanted to do something fun. The bowling pack is super fun, lots of different colors, and I wanted to use something that worked well with Dream Home Decorator. So this is the kit that I chose, and it was actually really fun working with it. And I kind of imagine that this is a girl who is an at-home artist. She has her own little art studio in her apartment that she kind of transformed into her little zen. She loves plants, but she also has big dreams of becoming a famous bowler. So she has it literally all over her apartment. And I just absolutely loved it. I just imagine a really cheerful sim living in here. I spent a lot of time actually doing this because I don't know if this happens to some people, but sometimes when I'm building, after a while I kind of get bored and I end up just throwing stuff together just to finish the build, and at the end of it I'm not really as proud of it as I think I should be. So I kind of spent a few days just working on this. I spent all the time in the world on it, making sure that I loved every little bit of it. So this bathroom has a lot of stuff going on. There's a bunch of plants in it because I imagine that she would be an extreme plant lover. So I did use the blooming room kit. There's so many pieces from that kit in here, and I absolutely love that kit. If you haven't gotten it already and you love plants, I highly suggest getting it. I wanted to add some knickknacks in that little shelf for the Dream Home Decorator mirror, but it wasn't really working. Everything kept floating, and I knew when I was going to go do screenshots for this build, I was absolutely going to hate it, and it was going to be bothering me so much that you could see what was floating. So I ended up ixnaying that, and I just added it to the counter. But I added these gorgeous paintings to the wall. I think that this is just a really nice, cheerful, bright space. And I think that this is perfect for a single or a couple sim. I just loved it. I spent so much time on it and I think it looks great. I know some people might be tired of seeing people use the Dream Home Decorator kit, or the Dream Home Decorator game pack, but I love it. So I used the Snowy Escape little dividers for the toilet. I thought it was kind of nice because the window is right there, so maybe you don't want to close the curtains when you go to the bathroom. I don't know, but I used the little dividers. I thought it added a little extra something nice to it, and I used these gorgeous hanging lights from Tiny Living. Those have to be one of my favorite little hanging lights that we have. I did use some in the bedroom for now. I end up deleting those because I didn't really like how they look. I always try using those, but I just don't think I really like them. I want to love them, but I just don't think I do. I ended up using a lot of built-in for this apartment from the Dream Home Decorator pack, and I think it actually came out really well. I wanted to make sure that there was lots of storage. I was trying to do something funky here to connect everything, but it just wasn't working, so I ended up deleting all of it. I added a desk there so she has a little typing area for work if she wants to sell stuff. She has her own little fishy. I added so many knickknacks across the entire apartment, and I think that's probably why I love it so much, is because there's so much clutter everywhere. I really wanted to add curtains here and it just was not working. I was having such a hard time because I wanted them to be higher up, but they weren't going to be. I just had to work with the windows because walls that are on angles are super frustrating. And I believe if you look at the flooring, the wall, like that little square on those angles, the floor is in a completely opposite direction as what it should be. At least I think it is. I think you can kind of tell. I don't know. I just know that corner places are just super, super weird, and apartments are kind of glitchy sometimes. You just have like random stuff sticking through the walls, but it's okay. We worked through it. I added this gorgeous painting onto the wall. I think that this painting actually doesn't get used enough. The swatches on this are beautiful. I added some fairy lights across the two walls, and I think it looks nice. I tried using the fairy lights that we got from the little campers kit, but it just wasn't working because they're only one level. You have to raise them up. It just wasn't working. They kept trying to clip to other stuff, so I decided to just use the ones from the Parenthood pack. And now I just realized I took away that beautiful painting, but I'm doing a little built-in closet area. I thought that she would have all of her favorite clothes just set up here, have a lot of her favorite art pieces and stuff that she's done up top. I think that this room just came out super, super cute. I end up at the end putting in a little spot for all of her bowling balls, and then I take away the succulents that are hanging on that wall in that corner. You don't see that at the end, but I did take that away. So when you put this up on try to get it from the gallery, it's not there. Getting this from the gallery actually is going to be really, really weird for you. Technically, you can't upload apartments onto the gallery. You have to do it so it's one big room, which might be really, really weird for you, because me doing that, I have to delete walls. So I end up deleting walls that are right behind the door, so you know exactly where you have to reconnect them. And then in that little cube area, I end up deleting that wall that the divider's connected to. So I figured it would be super simple, super easy for people to know how to connect them. I did want to use platforms, but platforms for people who want to download things are super, super confusing, because you don't know that's supposed to be a platform, especially if you're just downloading it willy-nilly off the gallery, not knowing who I am or that I made a video for this build. So I didn't add platforms, and in the end, I still loved it. This is the first time me using these yellow cabinets, and I actually did mix match for the top cabinets, and I actually really like how it turned out. I'm really loving the bright colors. Me personally, I am kind of getting used to the color yellow and orange. I don't think I could honestly live with it though, but in The Sims it's still fun to kind of play around with colors. Now I'm in her little art studio, so I have all of her sketches in there, and I think it's just a cute little space. I ended up adding some city living. It's in the rug section, but it's like plastic that you would put down if you're painting, so it has color splashes and stuff on it. So it looks like she really uses that space a lot and gets paint everywhere, but she's creating amazing art pieces. I really wanted to add some pictures onto the fridge, and it really was not working. So I actually had that idea too. Apartments, you're kind of limited to how fancy you can go with the clutter. I don't have the tool mod, so I can't use that to add stuff to the fridge. I know if you have the tool mod, it opens an entire door of so many new things that you can do, but thinking about having to use the tool mod stresses me out. That thing, I don't know how people use that mod. It looks so confusing. So I don't mess with that. So here I am finding some more shelving. I end up using the blooming room shelving. I forgot that we had this, if I'm gonna be honest. I think it's super cute and adds a lot because there's so many different plants in there. And I'm doing something funky with the curtains, I will say. I added these little yellow, I imagine that they're metal pieces that are tied together, but I actually kind of like how it turned out. Adds a little something extra to the window spaces. And then I decided that whoever lives here has a dog, So he or she has her own little doggy area. So where all of her treats are, there's a little doggy picture. You got 2 bowls for the food and water. And then I actually add some newspapers that were kind of foiled. I added those because I figured you're in an apartment, you're not going to keep constantly taking your dog in and out. Maybe she's a busy woman, so she has a little potty spot that she cleans up every day for her dog. I don't know, adding a little realism to the game. So, and I added these cute little stickers to the walls to kind of like designate it where everything was. It'd be like, oh, you go potty here. It's like you're outside with the tree and the clouds or something like that. But I thought that it was cute. And back to her art studio. If you did not know that those big canvases are actually base game, you do have to unlock them. It's a career unlockment. But if you're just building willy-nilly without an actual sim, you can get it no matter what. And they actually have some really, really beautiful swatches. It's only 3 swatches, so it's a plain and then 2 different color sets, but they're actually really, really nice. So I think it looked really cute. I actually love that art studio. I love making art studios. I think it's so nice to find all kinds of different clutter to make it look super busy, like dirty, because art studios are dirty. There's lots of paint everywhere and like eraser shavings on the floor and stuff like that. So I added these little rug pieces. Those are actually supposed to be like food for like a food fight type thing. I thought that it looked like more paint splatter, so I added that to the floor. So if you actually notice that and you're like, she put food on the floor, I'm imagining it to be paint. So here I am adding a few more extra pieces. I think I'm just adding extra lights and stuff like that to kind of make it fit more of the personality of the room. I'm not actually 100% sure if that Roomba is usable, but I just placed it there because I figured it would be nice, especially if you have Dust to Bust, the kit, because sometimes that can be really annoying. But I'm just adding a few extra pieces to kind of liven up the place a little bit. But yeah, I hope you like this video. You can get it off the gallery at Build-A-Brie, but that's going to be it. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments down below what was your favorite part. And yeah, that's going to be it for this video. Bye!